Today, I'm going to be going over 5 financial New Year resolutions that you may want to consider. And I'm talking about from investments to potentially leaving your job. Let's begin. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chima, one half of the Asika Bros. If it's your first time here, subscribe. The channel is all about business, finance, and wealth building. So now, we all know this has been a crazy year. And what better way to wrap up this year than to talk about some financial resolutions that you should consider for the next year. So let's get started with number 1. Focus on your health, both mental and physical. Some people have returned to the gym. Some people have been working out at home. Some people never exercised to begin with. But in all seriousness, guys, your physical health has a strong connection to your financial health because adverse health outcomes typically result in inflated or exorbitant healthcare costs. And if you live in the US, then you know these medical bills can be a slap in the face. So try your best to take care of yourself. Now, whether that means you're eating better, you're exercising, you're getting that checkup that you've been missing, or you're cutting out habits that could lead to adverse health outcomes, these are all steps that you need to take better care of yourself. And this also applies to your mental health. In fact, research actually shows that financial issues and mental health problems often go hand in hand. It can appear like a never-ending cycle where mental health issues make it difficult to earn or manage money, which then creates financial difficulties and then can induce stress and anxiety, which then can lead to even more mental health problems, and the cycle continues. The best investment you can make is in yourself. So take good care of you. Now let's move on to the next one. Number 2. Start your own business. Now, everyone doesn't have to be an entrepreneur. I get that. But if you do have those aspirations, then start laying down the groundwork now, because the sooner the better. And don't get me wrong, groundwork means saving. That means researching. That means recruiting or partnering with someone to help you reach your goals if you are at that stage. There's many ways to do this. It just means that doing nothing is not one of them. And if you're farther along in your business, then that means continue to develop it. It may mean, getting an LLC or incorporating or focusing on your brand or your marketing. Just remember that stagnation is the enemy. If you want your business to grow, water it. Number 3, start investing. Now, before I expand on this, I just want you to invest in the like button below by giving it a gentle tap. It really does help us out. Liking the video makes YouTube suggest this video to more people. Now, for investing, I recommend you only really start investing seriously if you have a savings account or an emergency fund, but a little can go a long way because of something we like to call compound interest. And compound interest is essentially the interest you earn on the money you've saved or invested and the interest you've earned on your interest. Essentially, it's making money that makes money. Sounds good, right? Now, if you just let your money sit, that's not really that good versus letting your money work for you. Because of compound interest, the earlier you start investing, the better. Realistically, age shouldn't really be a barrier to invest. In fact, many studies suggest that the earlier you invest, the richer you become. This doesn't only apply to the traditional methods of investing, but your retirements, your 401k, your 401(k)(3)Bs if you have employee match. All these things are forms of investment. Even the one we talked about earlier, starting your own business, is a form of investment. Number 4, repay your credit card debt. I can't stress this enough, and this is big for a couple reasons. For one, your credit utilization is a major factor in determining your credit score. So the more credit card debt that you carry over from month to month, it negatively affects your score, dramatically in some instances, depending on what your credit limit is, of course. Now, that's not to mention interest. The interest rates for credit cards are insane. So if you can, try your absolute best to not carry a balance at the end of the month. As a bonus tip, I would also suggest requesting a credit limit increase every 4 to 6 months because a lot of people forget to do this, and this could dramatically actually increase your credit score. And some people don't even track their credit score. If you don't track your... I'm not off that. If you don't track your credit score, please start. Please start. Start. If you're not tracking your credit score, please start tracking that. It's extremely important. Go ahead and request that credit limit increase on any or all of your credit cards if you're using them. And just remember to pay off your debt every single month if you can. Try not to leave it balanced. Now, for the last one, look for a better job. Now, some of you are stuck in jobs that you don't like. Maybe it's a toxic work environment. Maybe it doesn't pay well. Maybe it's far to travel to. And I understand that some people may just be getting into the workforce, and jobs these days want 112 years of experience before starting. So trust me, I get it, it's frustrating. But that being said, it's best that if you are already employed, that you seek other options in terms of employment. If you aren't happy with your pay, if you aren't happy with the company culture, if the location sucks where you work, start applying. I mean, especially if you're in no rush to leave, but you want to explore, you might as well start passively applying. The worst thing that can happen is you get an offer, and at that point, it's up to you to make a decision whether or not it's worth leaving. Remember, options are good. In fact, it's in your best interest to test the job market every 2 years or so, because it could have some significant upsides. Let me break it down for you. The average raise an employee can expect staying at their current job is between 2 and 3%. And that's not to mention the inflation rate eating at this a little bit. Now, if you compare that to the 10 to 20%, which is the average salary bump a person receives from transitioning to a new employer, you'll see by not looking at the job market that you're kind of not getting the best return you can possibly get within a specific time span. So if you're working somewhere, for the past 3, 5, or 10 years, it doesn't hurt to see what's out there. Options are good. And especially if you can earn significantly more money or enjoy a better work-life balance. And if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you again. My name is Chima, one half of the Asika Bros. My brother Obinna and I make videos on the channel about business, finance, wealth building, real estate, you name it. If it's about personal growth and financial development, we're going to be talking about it. If you have any suggestions at all, make sure you leave a comment. Share this video, like if you can, please. It really does help the channel out. And if you want to stay up to date with what we have going on, we also have an Instagram. It's at Asika Bros. Please follow us. We try to post content every other day if we can, if not every day. Check the stories. Stories are pretty interesting. Check the stories. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.